right, movement prep. So a little warm up, kind of between the bike riding, running, jogging, warm up, we go through movement prep, which is a form of physiotherapy, prehab, warming things up, making us think about the body a little bit more and just getting things moving. So first one is going to be overhead reach, shoulder elevation, and depression. So we're going to rise up with those shoulders, rise down, or lower down. 10 of these. If it hurts with the overhead, then bring your hands down. Work on shoulders coming up, driving shoulders down, keeping the ribs pointed down to the ground, making sure that we aren't flaring, and we're trying to avoid the forward shrug. We're trying to shrug straight up, press straight down. All right, then we're going to go into an alternating arm Brogre. So Brogres are standing tall, ribs pointed down, long spine, open chest, neutral neck, biceps squeezing to the rib cage, palms up, 90-degree bend in the elbow. From here, a full Brogre is double limb. We're going to go alternating, so one side at a time, making those movements, just isolating in through one side so we can really feel maybe there's a weakness, a little bit of a lag behind, and 10 total, 5 on each side. All right, then we're going to lower down into a front elbow plank. Elbows underneath shoulders, walk the feet out, toes in the ground, heels driving down towards the ground, creating a nice lock. 30-second hold, breathing through this. If elbow plank or plank in general is not working, gently lower one knee, keeping the hips in line. If that's not working, lower both knees. Again, keeping the hips in line. We want to try to get to this point where we can be nice and solid through the back. Good posture, good breathing. Almost there. Good. Gently lower the knees and come on up. We're going to go into reverse bridge with an alternating knee extension. So heels underneath the knees, in line with the hips. We're going to lift up, squeezing through the hamstrings and the glutes, low back, and imagine you're trying to squeeze those hip bones together. We want to avoid an arch. We want to think nice straight line from knees all the way to shoulder. From here, we're going to work on an alternating knee extension, keeping those knees connected like there's a rod between those knees so we're not kicking up. Keeping everything in line. Nice, good control, good focus. 10 total. You can put your hands up to the sky. You can work on driving elbows down to the ground. Feel in the positions and which one's probably the area you need the most work. There we go. 10 total, sorry. Then we're going into 10 dynamic side bridges. So elbow plank. Start with a bent knee. We want to think heel to hip to shoulder are creating that straight line, because then when I drive up, I'm going to have that straight line. Dropping down, up and down in that dynamic bridge. 10 on each side. And 10. Switch sides. You can always have gentle fingertips in front or a staggered foot if you need to. Try and modify it a little bit. You could also bend that bottom knee. Still work on the same movement. Just changing where your center of gravity is going to lie. And 10. Good. All right, now we're doing down dog ankle walks. So we're going to get into our favorite down dog position. Make sure that you are not using your upper traps to hold you in that position. We actually want to be driving pressure down through our back and letting the head rest through that nice open chest. So hands in front, toes underneath the heels, press up, get into that down dog position, and now watch what my feet are doing. Walking through, getting a lovely stretch in through that back calf for 10 total. All right, Talis twists. My favorite, so hard on one side, easy on the other. Jumpers, sprinters, runners, every once in a while you'll find lots of other sports too. Your ankle gets locked up, which sometimes can go into knee pain, into hip pain, and further on up the chain. So what we want to do is try and train that talus, that ankle bone, that it can move, and that tib and fib, they can move and articulate a little bit too. So get into a stance where you have good grounding. You might have to play a little bit, and we're trying to rotate. There we go, keeping the foot flat in the ground. We're turning the bottom of that tib fit joint in and out. 5 on one side, then you're going to go 5 on the other. I wonder if maybe from here you can see it a little bit better. Those snaps, cracks, and pops are totally okay. So you're thinking of rotating. I don't know if I can do it with my wrist. Nope. But you want to think of rotating that ankle without actually taking heel and toes off the ground. Movement prep, go do it before your workouts, or even just use it as a way to flush all those aches and pains of the day away, either in the morning or when you go to bed.